Wala pa nga kayo, hindi pa nga tapos yung technical working group ninyo, nagsasabi na kayo na ipapasa nyo sa Senado. Pangalawa, may nauna ng statement ang ating Secretary ng Department of Health na they are 100% in support. So parang, saan tayo papasok dun kung hindi pa pala tapos pero meron ng commitment?
Ang asawa ko po'y namatay dahil sa sa pandemic. So alam ko yung suffering, mga nilalagay nyo dyan ng mga litrato. She died during the pandemic because of COVID. Mali po yata yung intindi nyo, Pastora. The treaty is supposed to be balanced. It will operationalize equity. So may mga conditional. Kaya hindi 100%, Pastora. You better read that. Let me give my point of view, Attorney, to your question. Kasi galing ako sa militar at saka uniform service. You know, we accept the fact that it was an emergency situation. Tama po ba? Or you do not accept it?
Yes, sir.
You accept it. And in an emergency situation, there has to be a decision. Otherwise, the outcome will be more disastrous. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And therefore, government has to act. Tama po? Even if there was a provision of law that says so, pag emergency, that law can be waived. Why? Because of the emergency situation. Government has to decide. Kasi kami, na naka-uniforme, pag nandun na kami sa battlefield, pag hindi kami nag-decide, mas malaki yung damage na nangyayari sa amin. That is why we say that a wrong decision is better than no decision at all. That was where government was during that situation.
Pwede pa tayo mag-extend.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I just received a text that we can still extend like another 30 minutes. So go ahead, Congressman. Can we allow other members of the resource speakers to speak also? Please identify yourself and you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, and sa lahat po sa atin dito. I think what Attorney Bello was saying was that kung yung batas nga natin na RA 11525 na napakadaling maintindihan ng mga lehitimong mamamayang Pilipino ay hindi nga ginalang nitong ating mga ahensya ng gobyerno, how much more pa po kung yung magle-level up na siya into an international law. And Mr. Chair, bilang isang pastor at nagmula po sa Davao, nakabahagi po kami ng Lunas Pilipinas, ang aming pong ipinaparating ay maaari ho ba na maging kabahagi ang hanay namin sa Lunas Pilipinas sa gagawing technical working group? Para nang sa gayon po, mag-meet halfway po tayo na hindi yung nabubulaga tayong lahat, kagaya po ng sinasabi natin, naririnig natin sa ating mga congressmen na nagsasalita kanina, aminado tayo na there was an emergency na kinailangan gampanan ng ating mga halal sa bayan. Subalit, hindi nangangahulugan yon na isang option lang ang ating gagawin. Isa lang ang ating pakikinggan. Kagaya na lamang po sa hanay namin, nung minandatoryo po, yung minandatoryo ninyo, yung bakunahan, lalong-lalo na po yung pagpapatupad ng IATF, nakasaad naman po sa Section 12 ng RA 11525 na hindi po siya mandatoryo. Subalit, napilitan ho ang maraming kababayan natin na sumunod dahil sa kagustuhang makapaghanap buhay, kagustuhang may mga emergency na kailangan mapuntahan. So, I think that was where our good lawyer, Attorney Bello, was coming from. Yun lang po. Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, may I? Thank you. Alam po ninyo, ang asawa ko po'y namatay dahil sa sa pandemic. So alam ko yung suffering, mga nilalagay nyo dyan ng mga litrato. She died during the pandemic because of COVID. And she did not receive any vaccine kasi ayaw pa niya nung una . So she had a choice. Di ba? Kasi meron na yung Chinese vaccine doon Sinovac. She did not avail of it because she wanted na yung gawa sa other countries other than China ang magamit niya. So, yung sinasabi po ninyo, ako nga pabor doon sa ginagawa ng gobyerno noon . Why? Kasi maganda lang tayo magsalita ngayon yung diferensya because we were not there. Hindi tayo ang decision maker nung panahon na yon. Pero if you were in the shoes of government would you have done otherwise, Pastora? Would you have done otherwise?
Mr. Chair, what I am saying is, hindi kami tutol na nanindigan o gumawa kayo ng hakbang para po papasukin ang bakuna dito sa ating bayan. What we are trying to say was that kung yung simpleng pong batas na kayang maunawaan ng mga elementary grades natin ng mga kabataan sa Pilipinas na hindi kaya ngang masubstantiate na maipatupad ng maayos, how much more po kung papasok tayo dun sa isang panibagong international law na kagaya po ng sinasabi ng mahal nating attorney na nagmula sa DOH, binibigyan niya tayo ng assurance na talagang sisiguraduhin daw nila na hindi tayo yung sobereintiya natin hindi maisasaalang-alang. Subalit, ang tanong natin, hindi pa nga tapos yung technical working group ninyo, nagsasabi na kayo na ipapasa nyo sa Senado. Pangalawa, may nauna ng statement ang ating Secretary ng Department of Health na they are 100% in support. So parang, saan tayo papasok dun kung hindi pa pala tapos pero meron ng commitment? That's all, Mr. Chair.
Mali po yata yung intindi nyo, Pastora. Hindi naman po nila sinabi na ipapasa doon sa Senado. Ang sinasabi po lang namin ay lahat ng tratado na pipirmahan ng ating bansa, dadaan sa scrutiny ng Senado because that is what the law says. Number two, the Secretary of Health, I'm not defending him. The Secretary of Health did not say 100% na support. May mga condition nga siya eh. Kaya nga binasa ko eh. There are conditions that he stated for his country's support to the pandemic treaty. That treaty is supposed to be balanced. It will operationalize equity. So may mga conditional. Kaya hindi 100%, Pastora. You better read that.
I stand corrected, Mr. Chair, but that's what I understand during the exchange of conversation.
Statement of the Secretary of DOH during the World Health Assembly. Binasa ko, I quoted it. And I have a video of that also.
Yes, correct. Thank you so much. I saw it. You showed it to me. Okay. Dr. Landrito. Sige, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to address this to Honorable Congressman Acop. As far as you were saying we were in an emergency, right? But CDCPH,
There was an official declaration of an emergency situation in
Yes.
our country.
yes, as early as August 2020, CDCPH has been asking for an audience with the OH because we were proposing for a different treatment protocol for prevention and treatment. They never gave us. They gave us the chance. We were in a Zoom meeting with Dr. Duque in June 15, 2021. So many months have passed. But our experience from that time on, that span of time, we were able to save hundreds of thousands of lives using our protocol. And I would say it is highly probable and possible that your wife could still be alive today if she received the treatment that we were proposing. Personally, I was spearheading the distribution of ivermectin, which was proven
Doctor,
to be.
let me cut
yes.
you there.
Yes.
My wife had a choice. I'm telling you that. Katabi ko siya sa pagtulog eh. I know better my wife than you do.
Yes. po.
Di ba?
Yes,
She
po.
had a choice. Pwede siyang magpabakuna. Pero she chose differently. So huwag nyo nang sisihin siya.
I'm not blaming her. I'm blaming what I'm pertaining to was the treatment, not the vaccine. We were proposing, and they were demonizing our proposal. 5 times they gave advisories, the DOH, I mean, that ivermectin was not good, was not to be used by the doctors. When in fact, those who used it anyway.
I read that.
Yeah.
I read all
We're
the
saved.
the debates about your protocol. I read that also.
The truth is, DOH never heard it. It's fortunate that you heard it, but they never heard. They gave us a chance only on June 15. And you know what they said after we proposed it? Yes, we will do it, of course. But we will have to wait for the clinical trial. And they did the clinical trial January 2022. And only just in incipient stage, just 2 weeks, they stopped the trial. So, nothing
Doctor, I
happened.
cannot answer you because I was not a member of the IATF. Maybe we should wait for the presence of Dr. Duque, who was then the Secretary of the Department of Health and a member of the IATF.
So what I'm saying, sir, here is we could have made a big difference. You were just saying were you doing, what were you doing during the pandemic? This is what we've been doing and that is what we have accomplished.
Doktor, kasi ako, hindsight is the perfect science. I think you know what I mean.
Umani naman ito ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa ating mga netizens. Ayon kay Vivencio Hernandez, pag si Kong Akop naging senador, maraming makukulong talaga kasi magaling mag-imbestiga, wala silang lusot. Pahayag naman ni Rolando Gutierrez, ang galing ni Road at PD, sana lahat ganyan, walang kinakampihan kahit kasamahan mo pa. At ito naman ang saloobin mula sa ating kababayan na si Ulysses Diso, daming gustong magpulis ngayon dahil napakaganda ng sahod at benepisyo. Pero yung iba nagpulis para maging kriminal. Mga kababayan,